Hello and welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Stephen Meadows. In today's Hidden Gem, I want to talk a little bit about being old school. I say it all the time, I'm very old school, even though I'm really not. I am in business in many ways though. I'm what they call a Zennial. I'm not quite a millennial and I'm not quite a Gen Xer, so I have different views and different ways of approaching situations, especially in my business. For those of you in real estate, there's multiple groups of us, but let me break it down into two groups. There are those of us who remember MLS books and those of us who do not. I still had MLS books when I got into this business. It's been almost 20 years and I was working in a very small town and we still had MLS books. And every Monday, part of my job was to replace the pages in the MLS book to update it so we could use it. We did have a computerized MLS at the time. That's multi-list service for those of you not in the real estate business. But it was, you had to download the data. It wasn't web-based. It was a program on the computer and you had to download the data and then literally like tab, F3, tab, F2. It was ridiculous. So anyway, why am I telling you that? Just to let you know, I am a little bit more traditional in how I approach the real estate business. And I'm not saying that traditional is good or bad, but I have noticed some interesting observations in my time in the business. It's been almost 2 decades since I've been licensed. I've been in the business. It will be 20 years in February that I've been actually in the real estate industry. I started working for a real estate company in February of 2001. So coming up on 2 decades in this business, it's taught me a lot. And one thing, it's really unfortunate, but when I sold real estate, especially in my younger years, we cooperated really well, the agents in the community. You know, it was all about getting that deal done, making our clients happy, our sellers getting what they wanted, our buyers getting what they wanted, the agents came together. I'm not saying that doesn't happen now, but I think it happens a lot less because I think so many agents are focused on just getting the deals done. And that's really, really sad. It's unfortunate for the clients in some ways, even though you are actually helping, you know, if you're a tenacious seller's agent and you're getting your seller the most money for their house, yes, that's a great thing for them. But there can be a balance. You don't have to be adversarial in order to negotiate the best deal for your seller. I was a foreclosure agent for many years. Talk about adversarial. I represented the big bad bank. I was the one that, you know, had the large portfolio from Fannie Mae, and I had their attorneys and their, you know, 50-page or 20-page or whatever addendums, you know, behind me. And it was hard to negotiate with me sometimes because the rules are the rules. This is all we're going to do. But I was nice about it. 99% of the time, it was a good conversation. Once in a while, I had to bite back at somebody, and I would get snarky occasionally. But for the most part, my job was to make sure that transaction closed. I wanted to make sure that I maximized the value for my client, but I also needed to have a transaction. If I was going to stomp my feet on the ground and be, just absolutely obtuse about everything, then it wasn't going to happen. And so I think, unfortunately, in this business anymore, we just don't have the cooperation. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to see what you guys think, if you feel like we cooperate like we should. I don't personally think we do. And, you know, it's too bad. I don't feel like the agents are as connected as we used to be. I think, you know, we get together and we're cordial. And maybe it's a small town versus large city mentality. When I was in a small town, we all knew each other, and you know, we would hang out sometimes, or you know, we would at least be friendly at events, even if we had a horrible deal. You know, we would laugh about it later. So I really think that the camaraderie in this business is lacking. The second thing I notice is that there seems to be a lack of attention to detail. And that's really apparent in new agents. And maybe it's a training thing. Maybe it's just that with computers and everything being so automatic, we just don't think that we need to double check things. But it's little things like, the numbers at the closing table. Did you check? Did you look at the ALTA? We call it an ALTA. I don't know what you guys call it. The closing statement, we used to call it a HUD. Did you check the numbers? Did you get your calculator out and see if they added up to what they're supposed to add up? Did you check to make sure that the line items had everything you needed them to have? So many agents don't even bother, and it blows my mind. That's part of your job, is looking out for your client's best interest. And by not taking that simple step, not only are you risking your own commission being incorrect, but you may be risking having to shell out money out of your pocket. What if you ordered an inspection and didn't make sure that inspection got to the closing table? Well, I wonder who they're going to want to write a check. Won't be from the seller, or won't be from the client, probably from you. So it's just interesting to see how the attention to detail has really slackened in the last few years. Maybe that comes from me being a foreclosure agent. I was meticulous. We had to be. It was very, very specific set of rules, and the numbers were very, very. It had to be to the penny. There was no room for error there. So those are just a couple of observations. I'd love to hear what you guys think, but I'm old school. I think we should all try to work together, and I think that we should be a little more attentive to the numbers. Take it for what it's worth. That's my wish for the industry. Whether that ever happens, I doubt it. But at least you know where I stand on things, and I hope you find it interesting, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about it as well. So I hope you have a great day and make amazing choices.